Hello, welcome to another edition of the Sunday Sprintacular, where myself, Gillian St Kevern, and fellow author Jamie Sands get together for 2 hours of writing-related warm-ups, sprints, and chat. Yesterday, we were extremely chatty. We're going to try and tone it down a bit today, but no promises. It is so much fun when we all get together that we cannot entirely control the direction these streams go.
Very true.
Yeah. So I'm Gillian. As I said, I write all sorts of paranormal nonsense, mostly known at the moment for a series of Gothic romance in the academic sense. So the romantic love stories are not the focus. It's all about the mystery, the occult, the kind of weird, atmospheric, spooky stuff. It is a fun mix. Every book in this series is different. Yeah, it's basically... Pardon?
Have you read... Am I quiet again? Apparently I was quiet yesterday.
I've just turned my volume up. So you were quiet to start with, but now you're fine.
All right, okay. I was going to say there's a really great book called The Lady and the Lost by Marilyn Carberry, which is the pen name of a New Zealander. And it's just a short but very gothic, very cool. It sucked me right in, and it's amazing for a first novel. I'm very much hoping she will write a second, because it does sort of end on a cliffhanger. But the immersion into the world and this gothic sensibility was just incredible.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
I'm working on a slightly gothic but different project today. I'm describing it as Legally Blonde meets Dracula. But this is The Vampire in the Wood, and I'm aiming to get 5,000 words again today, not necessarily in these sprints, but I'm super pumped and eager to get work done. I got 5,039.
Nice.
Yeah, I am very ridiculously happy with that.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I introduce myself? I can't remember.
No, you haven't.
About Gothic literature. Okay,
Yes.
I am Jamie Sands. I publish under a couple of different names. Under my real name, I publish urban fantasy primarily, and then I've got 2 different pen names for romance. So I am this morning working on urban fantasy, the sequel to Overviews and Occultism, my witchy fiction book, which is about a librarian who's a witch and his boyfriend, Sebastian, who runs a YouTube channel, Ghost Hunting. Yeah, that was one of my romance novels, Rival Princes by Jackson Knight.
I'm looking for the Jamie Sands book I have, which is the Suburban...
Suburban Book of the Dead.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, on my bookshelf by Rainbow Colour looks nice, but it's really hard. I don't know how long this is going to last, but
I actually have some plans to revisit Suburban Book of the Dead, because I'm a couple of years ago in a Camp Nano, I wrote like 98% of a sequel to it, and I never finished it. But I want to go back and re-edit Suburban Book of the Dead and then publish the sequel, which is called The Suburban Book of Dreams. I might consider writing a third one, maybe.
It's really interesting, because I want to go back and rework an old story of mine. I think I wrote it 2017 or 18.
Yeah.
But it needs... I was just going to slap a new cover and a new blurb on it and call it a day, but I looked at the comments, and there's this really strong thread in the comments of the story. They're like, great story, amazing world, no chemistry between the characters. And I'm like, oh.
Oh no.
So
Yeah,
I think
I don't think there's too much that needs to be fixed. I just think it's maybe a little sloppy, because I didn't know as much now. I don't know. I didn't know as much then as I do now about editing and grammar and everything. So I sort of want to go back and just have another go and just see if I can get a bit deeper in some emotions and stuff. But like, who has the time? When do you prioritize that?
Yep. So we've got CB394 here working on Marvel fanfic. They should be working on going to bed because it's 11 p.m. here, but we're not going to encourage sensible bedtimes here. Tell us about your fanfic. Both myself and Jamie, I'm not getting this confused, right? We both started off in the fanfic world. Yeah.
I actually didn't start off there. I started off writing, but I have definitely been in the fanfic world. And actually, the only thing I've been reading for the last 2 weeks is fanfic.
Brilliant.
I don't know if you know what the symbol on my shirt is, but if you do, you know.
I do not know.
It's BTS.
My first story I ever wrote was an original Redwall stories. The Redwall series by Gillian St was big influence on me. Like, I love that series, but I got really irritated that every male character had a designated female character, and once they met, they paired up. That was it. And my favorite character's female love interest died, so he had to spend the rest of his life alone. And I was like, that is not cool.
Uncool.
Yeah, in retrospect, Brian Jack's Super Christian Dude, those books are like heavily laced with conservative Christianity, and I'm like, oh,
they are.
But
yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, I did not see that. All I saw was that it was super unfair that Martin did not get to have a happy ever after, and I was furious.
I have to say, I've written a lot more. I've read a lot more fanfic than I've written, but I have got published on Archive of Our Own supernatural one, a not smutty supernatural one, and then a quite smutty Steve Rogers Bucky Barnes one that I wrote for a friend. We did a Secret Santa fanfic.
Oh, nice.
Which is good fun.
Yeah.
And then Tony decides to run for president, and the Avengers do a mission where they watch the entire MCU except for Guardians of the Galaxy. Amazing.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So I am already warmed up because I joined, before the sprint, I joined Jace Maxwell's live stream, and I was using it to organize myself and plot to. I have written all of the scenes that I've plotted. So if I want to write today, I need to kind of scramble to work out what I'm doing. So do you want to do a warm-up today, or do you want to dive right in?
I am not warmed up, so I would like to.
In that case, Jamie, since we did Wild Unknown yesterday, Inca, thank you. So this is really cute. My sister and my 6-year-old niece, my sister decided, since my 6-year-old niece's favorite thing are rainbows or unicorns or cheetahs or volcanoes, it depends what day of the week it is, she got herself and my niece matching rainbow t-shirts. They looked adorable. They wore them once, and my sister was like, I am not a rainbow t-shirt person, but I know someone who is. So yeah, me, I can coordinate with a 6-year-old. I am pumped.
Amazing.
But yeah, since we warmed up to the Wild Unknown yesterday, can we bring out the movie tarot deck?
Yes, we can.
Yay!
I buried it under my new phone tripod, but that's fine. It's right here. All right.
Okay.
When to say no? When to say no?
when to stop.
That's an interesting Freudian slip.
Yeah.
What?
We are currently teaching my nephew that not to listen to people when they say they don't want to be shoved or pushed.
Yeah.
Yes, Inka, I did notice that. I was going to quietly fix that during the warm-up. But it's really hilarious to hear a 6-year-old boy who's one of Tilly's friends come over to play with Jack, telling Jack, no means no. It's, I don't want you to bite me. No.
Yeah.
That makes my nephew sound terrible. He's a lovely little kid. It's just one of those developmental phases. And stop.
Okay. We have The Hanged Man.
Cool.
I don't immediately recognize that movie character.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. There is a handy book that tells me who all the references are. Hanged Man.
Yeah. Well, the hanged man is usually somebody who is removed from the action. I mean, a hanged man sounds weird, but it's like reflection, contemplation, looking at things upside down from a different perspective. Sorry.
It's Björk's character from Dancer in the Dark.
Yep.
So Selma describes her way of pretending that movie musicals never have to end. I would leave just after the next to last song and the film would just go on forever. Yeah, so sacrifice, delay, holding on, that stuff. Actually, I've never seen Dancer in the Dark. I've heard that it's way too sad, so I'm never going to watch it probably. But I understand it is a very good movie. Yes, what the duck indeed.
Yep. Funny fact, last week my phone went off. I could hear the quacking and I ran into the room, grabbed my phone, and there were no messages for me. And I was like, what's going on? I know I heard my phone go off, and then this really angry duck outside continued quacking.
It was a real angry duck.
It was a real angry duck. I've left my phone across the room, just going to grab it. While I do, get yourself prepared for the warm-up.
I have my physical pen and paper because that's how I warm up. Oh, excuse me. Let's see what happened. What will happen today? I've been doing these warm-ups very organically. I'm not planning what I'm going to do and just start writing and see what happens. So
yeah,
that is the cardigan. In case someone wanted it. Very beautiful.
I am still grinning over Devon's pun. That's going to make me happy all day. Okay. 5-minute warm-up starting now. Okay. How did you go? Wow, that's a lot of writing.
It ended up being a sort of journaling, about connecting to the world. It got pretty deep, actually.
That's really cool.
And then I realized I need to write a to-do list for myself, but these things happen.
Yeah. How did you get on with the timeline yesterday? Did you end up making one?
No, I'm just ignoring it.
Yep, fair enough.
I do need to sort that out, but I have not. Maybe I'll start my sprint doing it.
During our 5-minute warm-up, Johanna arrived and she got herself prepared for the next sprint. No need to apologise for the late arrival. Despite saying that we would not be as chatty as yesterday and we would be productive and focused, we rambled on for 20 minutes. CB394 got 122 words, which is awesome. Wow. Devon, just quickly, Devon asked how could it be a Sunday sprint on a Saturday? Time zones are an amazing thing. Jamie and I are located in New Zealand, and we are the future, basically.
We're time agents.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sunny here in the future. Anyway, at my end of the future, it is. Is it sunny down there?
There's blue sky, but there's also a lot of cloud and a lot of starlings. So,
yeah.
But it is what's the word? It is August. It is the 1st of August here, which means it is no longer Camp Nano for people who are Camp Nanoing. But do not worry, Jamie and I are not going to stop doing these sprints. We will be continuing these for as long as we find them useful and productive. And as long as people want to join us for them.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, so we'll be back next week, but in addition to that, we're getting together tonight on Jamie's channel for some writer chat. So if like Inca, you missed the 20-minute ramble and you enjoy that, we'll be rambling on purpose tonight. So yeah, check that out.
It sounds a little bit like a contradiction, rambling on purpose, but yes, that is the idea.
Yeah.
I've just realised I'm going to start filling in my bullet journal, and I wanted to take some photos of it completely empty and pristine. So I'm just going to do that for a second before we start sprinting, and I have to start recording things in it.
That would be a smart idea. I think I suggested that or had that thought myself, and then I didn't do it.
Yeah. It's very easy to forget, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm done.
So we don't want to lose the effects of our nice creative warm-up. No. So I'm setting my timer for 20 minutes so that we can dive right in. Our tonight is Inca's way to early morning.
It is.
So yeah. We will miss you, Inca.
On replay.
If you have any questions for myself or Jamie that you'd like us to ramble about, leave them in the chat and we'll add them to our list.
Yes, because otherwise I'm just going to be asking really curly questions that are mean. So.
Yep. Okay, let's go. 20 minutes, starting now. Okay. That was the end of our first sprint. How did you get on?
Pretty good. I got 577 words, and then I realized that the thing that I hadn't done, that I'd been meaning to do all week, I hadn't done, and it came time to refer to it. So I had to stop and draw a monster.
Awesome.
So
Great.
I'm going to color him in later because he's pink and purple.
That is fantastic.
It's like, I need a picture of this to refer to, or I'm going to get it messed up in my head.
Yeah. He looks a very cheerful kind of monster.
He's a house monster. So it's actually an idea that was introduced in a different witchy fiction book, and I really liked it. So I'm bringing it into my one. They generally are like something that will live in your house and just mind its own business, and you may or may not ever see it.
Very cool. Johanna managed 674 words, and a quick proofread of those words.
Amazing.
394 got 387 words, and Johanna really enjoys your concept and your drawing. So
I can't take credit for this concept. It was introduced in Spells and Succulents by Andy Buchanan.
Oh, I have an arc of that I've been sitting on for like forever.
The sequel's out now.
Oh, brilliant.
But yeah, the main witch lives in a flat in Arrow Valley, and there's a monster that lives like under the floorboards, and they all just get on with their lives, and every now and then hear it. It's very sweet.
Speaking of succulents, what's the word? I have been in Christchurch for almost a month, and I came back entirely forgetting my poor spider fern, who has been in my room neglected all this time. Well, not only does my spider fern look better than he does when I'm here all the time, but he got a friend.
Oh. He grew a friend.
He grew a friend.
Amazing. I mean, that's the cool thing about ferns and succulents is they are kind of self-sufficient.
Yeah, but apparently this one self-seeded into one of my mum's orchids, and she was like, "You're not an orchid."
What are you doing there?
Yeah, so she removed him, and now he's visiting.
That's adorable. The previous owners of our house left a couple of succulents in the back, and they're just seeding all over everything. It's really cool. Just falling all over each other.
Yeah. CB394 has what they think is dyspraxia and cannot draw. That I imagine that would be very difficult. So sad to hear that, but I'm sure that you have got lots of alternatives that you've worked out.
I've been drawing forever. I took it in every year of high school, drawing and painting, and just this year have reconnected with my art, such as it is.
My two career choices in my final year of high school, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to be an author or an animator. And instead, I went to uni and did a degree in English. Oh, I used to play clarinet. So, yeah. Music would be a really fun alternative. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think my spouse used to play clarinet.
It is a really underrated instrument. It's so much fun, especially if you ever get the chance to play around with a bass clarinet. They just have such a gorgeous tone. Yeah. Oh, that is fantastic. I hope you do start practicing again, CB, because clarinets are super cool and need more love.
It's good to have another outlet as well, I think.
Yep. Speaking of outlets, our words need one. So that was a super clumsy segue.
That's really
But
good. I liked it.
we need to get back to work, and Ursula has discovered one of Uncle William's secrets. She is about to discover the other. So I am excited to write this scene. But it is preceded by Uncle Williams and his long-term companion getting upset and storming out and ultimately leaving him. So I'm not happy about that bit.
No.
But what comes after is going to be a lot of fun. So
yeah, I'm
Ursula,
actually getting into an argument myself. Based on different my two main characters' different handlings of seeing this monster.
before we get started, Joanna says that she has 3 extremely musical teenage children, and it's so great being surrounded by music. That sounds amazing. My nephew loves drumming. Their dad is just incredibly musical. He can play the guitar, he drums, and he can pretty much learn to play any instrument he picks up. And he's currently he would be teaching himself the piano if he wasn't so busy with everything else that's going on. So he and the kids picked out a drum kit for themselves. But what's amazing about this, it's an electric drum kit, which means you can turn the sound off.
Yeah, so good.
Yep. Okay. 20 minutes of no chatting, only writing or being productive however you want, starting now. Okay, that is the end of our second sprint. Jamie, how did you do?
Let's see. I was a little distracted, but I got 681 words, so obviously not that distracted.
Really good. I got 400.
So if you saw me rubbing my eye, it's because it's itching and I don't know why.
Yeah. We have got a really great discussion happening in the comments.
Oh.
So I'll let you scroll back and take a look at that. So Inka, I don't know if you're joining these sprints because you want to be writing or you just find the company good or whatever. Oh, CB has 456 words. That's nice. Incredible. But yeah, I would say if writing is your thing, that's fantastic. But writing should be fun first and foremost. So if you try to write and it doesn't work, don't force it. Just accept that today's not a writing day. Yes, that is a very good reason to join.
Honestly, I think just joining for company is totally valid.
Absolutely.
But also, yeah, you can just try and get some writing done, or do some. I know you do cross stitch sometimes, or you're drawing, whatever. Anything.
I would like to start embroidery, so I plan on bringing my very first embroidery project along to some of these sprints in the future. But yeah, oh whoa, those are super cool.
They're going to be badges, and I used to do them last year when I had endless meetings remotely. I'd just sit there and do those.
Fantastic.
Sometime in one of these sprints I might give up on writing and do that instead.
Yeah, and that is totally cool. So I am going to look up 2 YouTube videos that I think you might appreciate, Inka. One is Rachel Stevens talking about everything that went wrong with her bullet journal. And she talks about mistakes she was making with her bullet journal, how she needs to be simpler. And then she goes into secret mistake number 6, which turns into an anti-capitalist rant. It is glorious. But basically she's saying, why are we putting so much pressure on ourselves to be productive? Where does this idea that you are only as valuable as what you produce, whether that's an income or, you know, products, how this mindset is harmful, and basically that we need to burn down the world and make everything new. It is glorious. I just love it so much. And then there was another video I watched that was another planner productivity person, Cindy Bolto Gernturd, I think. And she has a chronic illness. She's actually in the early stages of kidney failure. So she has she's very limited by her body, but she is an amazing artist, and her family depend on her income from her planning and art. And so she was talking about basically being chronically ill and being a maker, and how you kind of have to let go of the mindset that you are what you produce. And both of those spoke to me. I have a chronic illness, but I'm able to control it with medication. So it doesn't hold me back as it used to, but I still get every single bug that goes around. Jamie can attest to this. Actually, everyone here can attest to this, because you've all seen me blowing my nose constantly on these writing streams.
I've been doing it too, but I've got mine is is hay fever.
Yeah.
Which is a manuscript link. I've just shared a video to you, Gillian, so you can put it into the stream. You reminded me of another talk that I saw from a conference called XOXO, which is about like internet creation. But when the guys organize it, they say to all their guest speakers, we want you to talk about your failures. What did you learn
That's brilliant.
from the mistakes that you made? And this woman did a talk called How to Do Nothing, and she's actually written a book about it as well, which I haven't quite got around to reading yet. But it's about how, the whole world is trying to get your attention all the time and force you to be productive, and it's not good for us, and how to unprogram yourself. Theoretically, I haven't read it yet, so I'm not sure, but the talk's really good.
Yeah.
But it's just, that drive to be productive. If I don't get anything done in a day, I feel like so awful, and it's like you shouldn't have to. You should just be able to have days where nothing happens, and that's fine, right?
Yeah. But so basically, Inca, do not feel bad. I've gone through massive periods of my life where I felt like I was just killing time. And in retrospect, I was growing slowly. I was laying the foundation for future things. So,
actually, that would be an interesting thing to talk about in our chat tonight, is like the journey to here.
oh yeah, that would be great.
Writing down.
But honestly, we love your company.
Yeah.
We love having you here. And as long as you enjoy our company and what we do has some value for you, please stay. Please continue to join us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As CB says, sitting still and not doing anything is actually very beneficial for your mental health.
Yeah.
I had a really big mental health journey last year, and one of the things I started doing to lift myself out of that was walking every day, and that made a huge difference, but also just getting back into the habit of daily meditating. And you've actually reminded me I need to do that again. So it's 11:20. Do we want to take a bit of a break before hopping into our next sprint? We've had a bit of a heavy discussion, so
yep, sounds good. I'm gonna stay here and color in my monster, I think.
Oh, that's a lovely idea. I am going to find that Cindy. Okay, I got it wrong. It's Cindy Gurnt Baldo. And yeah, I will find that video and then I will share that and then I'll go to the bathroom.
Like a plan. Raced in here with that coffee earlier. Oh no, Joanna.
It is very sad. And Inca, I hear you and I sympathize. That's rough. But having been in a very challenging place, my experience is that you don't stay in that place forever. And CB, I'm glad you're listening to your body. I was joking when I said that we don't encourage sensible bedtimes around here. We love the company, but we also love you taking care of yourself and getting the necessary rest.
We really can't judge about bedtime since we get loopy after 8 p.m. here. So,
Yeah. That is very,
nice to see
very
you.
good. Yeah. Hope we see you again. Gosh, Cindy has a lot of videos. I think this one was called Spilling the Tea. I will search for that. I remember this. this one because she ended up, it wasn't a planned discussion. It was just, oh man, YouTube's search function is not great.
It is. If you've watched it before, it's almost better to go to your watch history and try and find it there sometimes.
Yeah, the problem is I have watched so much of her stuff.
Yeah.
This particular discussion, she also talked about being a parent to a non-binary teen, and it was just so, it was one of the most wholesome things I've ever seen on YouTube.
The book I'm writing at the moment, I'm going to do a young adult spin-off as well, and it's going to have a non-binary teen lead. That person is going to accidentally summon some things. It's going to be great.
Inka, I'm sorry you feel that you don't have people. That must be incredibly tough. We are internet people, but I hope you can feel like we are here for you because, yeah, everything you've said tonight just resonates with me so much.
Yeah, well, and with a lot of people in the stream as well, that you're not alone.
Here we go. Spilling the tea, staying motivated with and parenting an
Very
LGBTQ
loud.
team. Yes. Share, copy. Yeah, we cannot help you moving around furniture. I'm sorry. So having said that, switching up the arrangement of a room can also give you a bit of a boost. So
yeah, I've always found like cleaning and rearrange it, like decluttering, makes a big difference to me. My stress levels, for me, it's not about depression so much as it's about anxiety. And if I'm getting really bogged down, just cleaning one area can make a huge difference.
yeah, I hope that you're able to find somebody to help with the moving furniture. And now I'm going to, yeah, you really do need an extra person or two to lift things.
You do.
I'm going to run to the bathroom very quickly, but I will be back.
Yep. I'm just here colouring. I can't quite get the face to look right.
Okay. Is Johanna, it doesn't seem to be back yet, so let's hold off on starting our sprint. How is the colouring going, Jamie?
I'm going from the top down.
Oh,
So it just sort of
lovely.
looks like he's wearing a shrug at the moment, but he's going to be stripy. And then this bit in the middle is going to be like a big soft underbelly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That looks really good. I was looking.
I have realized how much Muppets I've been watching, because this is very, very Muppet inspired, but that's all right.
Yeah. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the stream, but my first ever crush was Kermit the Frog.
Oh, that is valid. He's got a lot of good stuff going for him.
Yep.
My first crush was. Do you remember back in the olden days of the Smurfs? They used to have human friends. There was a princess and a knight in training and his squire. And
Yeah.
friends with the Smurf. They knew about the Smurfs. The knight in training was my first crush.
Oh.
His name was Johan. Anyway.
Yep.
Put down the colouring.
Oh no. Inca found Kermit scary.
Oh no. I found I've been rewatching them all, and there's the one that really scared me is called Uncle Deadly, and he turned up as the Phantom of the Muppet Show, and only Fozzie could see him in the first episode. And he'd keep popping up behind people, and Fozzie would be like, "Look, there he is," and he'd duck away, and they'd be like, "There's no one here." It was terrifying. I always liked Kermit though. I'm gonna sneeze.
So I don't know if you saw this on. It's been making the rounds on Facebook. You know, Statler and Waldorf. I'm going to get them confused, but apparently Waldorf's wife showed up for an episode, and Waldorf's wife is Statler. Yeah.
Her name is Astoria.
Isn't that amazing?
Waldorf Astoria, yeah. And it's just him in a wig and a dress, and it's so gorgeous. Like, no, this is definitely his wife. I'm like, sure. I think I was a little bit afraid of them as a kid, because they were always yelling.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I can actually drink my tea while it is warm. This is novel. Welcome back, and do not apologise, Johanna. Coffee is very necessary. We have been chatting. Oh, 12 teenagers at your house. Yeah, no excuses or explanation necessary.
Too many.
Yeah. Hopefully they were not all being musical at the same time.
Or if they were all in harmony.
Yes. Okay. Let's go for another 20-minute sprint, our third and probably our final 20-minute sprint for today.
We're getting too lucky.
Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes we need these discussions.
Yes, very true.
So 20 minutes.
About it at all.
Yeah. I generally come out of our sessions feeling really hyped up and pumped to write more, but then it's lunchtime. Yeah. Johanna, Jamie and I are going to be having a writerly chat this evening. So we'll be answering sort of any writer questions that people give us.
Yes. I'll just share you the link.
Oh, that would be smart.
So yeah, any questions you've got, ask them here or go onto that stream and ask them there. Oh, I've got an exciting water reflection on my face if I lean in. That's nice.
Oh, that is cool. It's 7 p.m. New Zealand time. No idea what that is in Norway.
Is it 7 or 6:30? Oh god, what time did I set it for? 6:30.
Awesome.
So in 7 hours. 7 hours from now, exactly, pretty much.
Okay. 20 minutes starting now. Okay. So that was our third sprint of the day. Oh, how did you get on?
I started yawning, which is terrible. Because once I start yawning, I can't really stop. But I got 727 words done, so I'm very happy with that.
Oh, wow. So you got 727. Johanna got 721. Obviously, you guys are sharing the same vibe. Sadly, no. But I did get, where did Scrivener go? 658 words, which is brilliant because I got 400 something the first time, which means I am over 1,000 words, which is what I wanted.
Good.
Yeah.
Of the morning. Oh, yep, just under 2,000 words for this morning. In fact, if I write 24 more words, I can get exactly to 2,000. So I might do that after we've turned off the stream. Nap.
Yeah. So that is a daily total for me of 1,129.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to keep going.
Yeah.
I'm
going to break for lunch and then we'll see. I might nap or I might come back. Yes, we did all do well today. Feels good.
And we had a lot of very good discussion, I think.
I think so. It was helpful. Oh yeah. I told you, once I start yawning, can't stop.
Yep. So let's see. As we mentioned before, we have the writers' chat this evening. Inka says that is sleep time. So yeah, sleep. You can always watch the replay if you want to once you wake up. And if you think of any questions that you'd like us to discuss, if you have Jamie or myself on Facebook, message us.
You should be able to add comments on the stream that hasn't started as well on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, Johanna says the supporting company here is every bit as important as the word count or whatever creative thing you achieved. We actually, Jamie and I had a discussion, I forget whether it was before or after the our session yesterday, where we were talking about where we'd like this channel and these sessions to go. And both of us agreed, for us, it's about the feeling of community, of people coming together for a couple of hours just to be together and be productive. And it is
get that support.
It's really cool that to have that validation, Johanna, that we're delivering that, because that is exactly why we're doing this.
Yes.
And Inka, 2 a.m. I don't know anyone who is good at thinking at 2 a.m.
Not me.
Yeah. Oh, sleep well when you get to sleep, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Oh, and there's Mochi. Mochi has been very productive.
She's been there since about an hour ago. She had her butt in the sun just before, but the sun's moved, and I think she's trying to figure out what to do now. So I'll get out of this chair and leave it for her, because that's probably what she wants.
I really miss our little dog. She had such a strong sun following routine. Like, get up in the morning, go outside, go to Grandma's room, and she'd sleep at Grandma's bed, and Grandma's bed got the sun until about 11 o'clock-ish, which was the same time that Grandma got up. So they'd both come down, sit in sort of the kitchen, at which point it would be lying in front of the fire time. And she would do that until about 2-3 o'clock, when the light started coming through the living room windows. Oh, awesome. I'll go and see if I can find which window. Okay, here's my Facebook window. Oh, this is.
I think I need to take off.
I don't see a friend request. Can I find you, maybe, Inka? Oh no! Wait, here it is. Confirm. So I am not very Facebook savvy, obviously.
All right, I might need to take off because I need to yawn too much or something. But we'll see you tonight for writing chat. Chat, yes.
Yep. Hopefully, I will remember that it's 6:30 and not 7.
I will remind you if you like.
Yeah, send me a text if everything else fails.
Sounds good. All right. See you guys later.
See you. Bye.
Bye.